Well, I joined Refresh a number of years ago, initially wanting to get into property flipping, and in Melbourne, in my local area, it was very difficult to be able to buy a property, renovate it and flip it at a profit. And with my potential inquiries through the Refresh website, I discovered the Refresh process, and then obviously got into where I am now. So it was really probably a better alternative to what I was doing, trying to look through the standard buy and flip model, which is what everyone does, whereas this is I get to spend other people's money. Yeah, well, some of those skills obviously date back to where I was previously. My grandfather was a builder, my father was a builder, so it was a natural course that I took, but initially it was in a different industry, and that was through a lot of management. So management of people at smaller levels, higher levels, but also not only project management, but also task-orientated systems and processes. And really, probably the benefit to moving into the Refresh model was it was task-orientated, there was process, it was systems that made it easy for me to transfer across. And really the skill set has really just come from working with people and building relationships on a day-to-day basis. Local marketing activities that I do have been focused more around referrals, so business referrals, client referrals. We spend a lot of time in preparation for doing construction work. Now that construction work could take 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. And then we have an opportunity to close the project and move on, or we can capitalise on what we've done and take professional photographs. We can look at doing so many different things with those photos. And the big thing for me is trying to advocate the brand so that people are more inclined to recommend me after seeing the work that we've done, which is a much warmer lead than knocking on someone's door to try and convert someone who's not necessarily in the right pathway. And I think the referral side is there's an element of trust when people refer someone else. So the benefit is that I would still treat everyone the same, but the benefit is that I've probably got a head start over anyone else, which works in my favour. I've had a lot of repeat business through existing customers and referrals for probably more so family and friends. And sometimes it's always been obviously neighbouring properties. People want to see that someone's adding value to their property in the neighbourhood. They want to know what's been done. Some neighbourhoods are very friendly and people get along, but quite often we'll be intercepted by neighbours wanting to know what we're doing, and that then forms an inquiry, because we may only be there at that particular job to do a bathroom, but because we can do just about everything someone wants, it gives us the ability to be able to go and introduce ourselves to them and do further works from there. The Refresh process is, I think it's very transferable to a lot of people in, I would say, IT and also engineering, that there is a process that could be very similar to a new home build. We break it down into manageable structural phases that people can control. And I think it's very clear cut when we're talking to clients about the steps process, that they can see that they are in control at each stage. They can see the transparency of what's required, and that means that when they get to the construction stage, they're going to be able to control their budget a lot more, which is the biggest fear for most people, is losing control of their budget. But I think the stage process we have eliminates a lot of those issues. Refresh Control does exactly as it does. It controls our projects from the lead in to the project closure. We can see at any particular time the number of projects we have in each stage. We can see the probability of that job going forward. We can see the potential estimated value. So from a business perspective, we can forecast quite well. It's a task-orientated system that enables us to keep clients in communication. It enables us to have a trail of all of our communication to our clients. And probably most importantly, it can sort of identify straight away where we might have areas in the business that we can focus on. If we know that we have quite a large projects that are going to take some time to come through, we can then focus on the smaller projects to be able to help cash flow as we continue on. My sub-trades and my team initially came through my original builder, who had a lot of knowledge and a lot of relationships in the industry. And a lot of trade referrals have come since then through working through suppliers and other trades. Most people are very happy to refer a trade that they have trust and faith in. So simply going to a supplier and getting to know, picking up business cards, going to B&I groups, going to different areas, breakfasts of trade shows, you get to meet a number of people. And the benefit is that because of our structure, we can curate them to suit the types of jobs that we want to do. And if we don't really like them, we can also, put them aside. So. There's probably quite a lot of things you could probably say. I would think in preparation is ensuring that you follow the process. The process has come about in a way that it works. So when you defer from the process, it certainly makes it a lot harder and the outcome is never the same. I think initially when you first start is to use relationships as much as possible and ensure that you're responding to every lead, you're looking at every opportunity and you're representing the brand as best you can to make sure that you're building your pipeline, you're managing expectations on your marketing and you're looking to scale the business into the future.